Welcome back to Urban Legends, the channel where we unravel the creepiest tales from the shadows of history. Today, we're diving into a story so chilling it's haunted generations. The Crying Children painting. Is it just a piece of art, or does it carry a curse that defies explanation? Grab a blanket, dim the lights, and stick with me, because this one's going to hit you hard. Ivy got a jaw-dropping twist at the end that might make you question everything you know about this legend. Ready? Don't look away. Picture this. It's the 1980s, and homes across the world, especially in the UK, are decorating their walls with a peculiar set of paintings. These aren't your typical landscapes or portraits. They're mass-produced prints of children with oversized soulful eyes that seem to glisten with unshed tears. You could find them everywhere. Department stores, flea markets, even roadside stalls. They were cheap, charming, and perfect for sprucing up a living room. Your aunt probably had one hanging above the sofa. But as these paintings spread, so did the whispers. People started noticing things. The eyes of the children seemed to follow you, no matter where you stood. Some swore they heard soft sobs in the middle of the night. And then, the stories took a darker turn. Houses with these paintings started catching fire. But here's the kicker, the paintings. They survived, untouched, while everything else burned to ash. What's going on here? Are these paintings cursed? Is there something sinister hiding in the brushstrokes? Stay with me, because we're about to uncover the truth. Or at least, get as close as we can. Let's rewind to the origins of this legend. The Crying Children painting phenomenon exploded in the 1980s, but its roots might go deeper. Some say the artist was an Italian named Giovanni Braglin, or maybe Bruno Amadiano, one's quite sure. He supposedly painted these after World War II, inspired by the sad-eyed orphans he saw in the ruins of Europe. But here's where it gets weird. There's no solid proof this guy even existed. Was Braglin a real person? Or just a name slapped on these eerie artworks? What we do know is that the paintings became a sensation. Factories churned out thousands of copies, and soon, they were everywhere. And that's when the strange reports started rolling in. Imagine you're in a small English town, 1985. You've got one of these paintings in your home. At first, it's just a quirky decoration. But then, things start to feel, off. Glasses tip over for no reason. Doors creak open in the dead of night. Your kids wake up screaming, saying the children in the painting are crying real tears. Then, a bombshell hits the headlines. The Sun, a British tabloid, publishes a story that sets the country on edge. A firefighter claims he's seen it multiple times. Houses reduced to cinders, but the Crying Children painting hanging pristine on the wall, not a scorch mark in sight. Word spreads, and suddenly, people are looking at their own paintings with suspicion. Coincidence? Or something far more sinister? Let's dig deeper. To really feel the weight of this legend, let's step into the shoes of those who lived it. I've crafted some fictionalized accounts, inspired by real reports, to capture the terror these paintings brought. Picture this first story, a mother in her 1980s suburban home. I found the painting at a market for a couple of pounds, she says. It was so sweet, those big-eyed kids. I hung it in the living room. But after a few days, my daughter started having nightmares. She'd scream that the kids in the painting were begging her to help them. One night, I heard a thud. The painting was on the floor, but no one was in the room. I tried to burn it in the garden, but the flames wouldn't touch it. I threw it in a dumpster and prayed I'd never see it again. Now, a firefighter's account. It was 1986. We were called to a house fire. The place was a wreck, furniture charred, walls blackened. But that painting, it was still on the wall, perfect. Those kids' eyes stared right at me, like they knew something I didn't. I've fought hundreds of fires, but that one still haunts me. Chilling, right? These stories are just the start. What's driving this legend? Let's break down the theories. We've got three main theories to explain the crying children painting mystery. First up, the supernatural angle, the artist's curse. The story goes that Giovanni Bragglin, or whoever painted these, wasn't just an artist. Some say he dabbled in the occult, maybe even struck a deal with dark forces. Could he have trapped the spirits of lost children in his paintings? It sounds like something out of a horror movie. But many cultures believe objects can hold spiritual energy. Paintings, especially, have a way of capturing more than just images. There's no proof of this, but the idea alone is enough to make you rethink that thrift store art. Next, a more grounded theory. Fire-resistant materials. These paintings were mass-produced, often coated with special varnishes, or printed with inks that didn't burn easily. Maybe that's why they survived fires when everything else didn't. It's a logical explanation, but it doesn't account for the other creepy stuff: whispers, moving eyes, crying sounds. If it's just chemicals, why did people feel so uneasy? Finally, there's mass hysteria. The 1980s were rough in the UK: economic struggles, social tension. Tabloids loved a good scare, and stories like this sold papers. Once the Sun ran that firefighter story, people started seeing what they expected to see. It's like how ghost stories spread at sleepovers. But here's the thing. Reports came from all over, not just one town. Could so many people be imagining the same thing? Which theory do you buy? Or is there something we haven't uncovered yet? Hold tight, because the scariest part is coming up. We're at the moment I teased earlier, the one that'll make your skin crawl. By 1988, people had had enough. In England, a group decided to end the curse, once and for all. They gathered dozens of these paintings and held a public bonfire. As the flames roared, witnesses swore they heard something unnatural. High-pitched screams, like children crying out from the fire. Some even saw the smoke twist into shapes: small, ghostly faces rising into the night sky. Was it just the wind playing tricks? A shared delusion fueled by fear? Or proof that these paintings held something beyond our understanding? Even today, no one knows the full truth. Some of these paintings are still out there, hiding in attics, thrift shops, or forgotten corners of homes. If you've got one, maybe check it before you go to bed tonight. Those eyes, they might be watching. That's the legend of the crying children painting. Folks, what's your take? Is it a cursed masterpiece, or just a spooky story? Drop a comment below. Have you ever seen one of these paintings? Maybe you've got a creepy art story of your own. If you loved this dive into the unknown, smash that like button, subscribe to Urban Legends, and ring the bell for more chilling tales. Be careful what you hang on your walls, and I'll see you next time. Sleep with one eye open.